The Legalization of Marijuana by Shana Alvarez. The controversial legalization of marijuana has been plastered across our country for decades, with valid arguments from both sides. Currently, there are 29 states with legal medicinal usage and 5 states with legal recreational usage. What exactly does legalization mean, though? There are multiple sides to legalizing marijuana. One is medicinal usage, one is recreational usage, and one is the farming and use of hemp. Each aspect is a different portion of the plant. Let's take a look at the differences. THC and CBD are the two sides to marijuana that most people know of. THC is the compound that makes you high, or gives you that euphoric feeling, and is what most people think of when marijuana is mentioned. CBD is a separated compound used for the treatment of pain, inflammation, epileptic seizures, mental illness, and many others. CBD is usually prescribed in oil treatments, but with the legalization of marijuana, it also opens up the ways it can be ingested. Seizure patients usually rub the oil on their gums or bottoms of their feet. It's known to work as fast as the slide changes. With medicinal legalization, there are tight restrictions on the growing of plants that would be used. Sterile environments, specific soil levels, clean water, as well as testing of the plants at each stage. This is in an effort to minimize any side effects for the patients. Pharmaceutical companies across the world are researching the effects of compounds on numerous ailments. Alzheimer's, MS, HIV, and AIDS patients are already seeing the positive effects, whereas epileptic patients, including children, have been seeing them for years. I mentioned before that legalizing marijuana allows for different methods of ingestion. Marijuana cafes across the country have been very effective and creative in adding it to just about anything you can think of. Cookies, brownies, gummies, gum, chips, Cheetos, cupcakes, cheesecakes, you can basically name it. The third aspect of legalizing marijuana is the farming and use of hemp. Hemp plants are taller and thinner than marijuana plants, as their stalk fibers and seeds are what's used, not their leaves. There's also no THC in hemp plants, so there's no high. The fibers in hemp are a better substitute than cotton, as it grows faster and stronger in quality and doesn't require chemicals to grow. Hemp can and has been used in numerous forms, including bricks, concrete, and building blocks. This is a picture of a hemp-built house. Imagine the possibilities. The laws for legalization are state regulated, although most have the same common laws across the board, similar to alcohol. 21 years to purchase, from a licensed retail store only, no street purchases, no driving under the influence, and no use in public. Owning personal plants is also legal. The number is by state. The value of legalizing marijuana can also be spun in the financial aspect. The hemp industry alone is slated to have a 700% increase in sales from 2016 to 2020. 700%, which equates to roughly $2.1 billion. With those kinds of profits, the tax revenues will see significant increases as well. In 2015, Colorado added $29 million to its budget thanks to taxes on marijuana. California could see as much as $1 billion in new tax revenue. With those budget increases, residents across the state would be positively impacted. With the immense amount of support, revenue generation, medical advances, and resident impacts, it all boils down to education. The stigma of marijuana is dated and hypocritical at best. There's a powerful tool available to all of us. Through education, we could fully utilize this to all of our advantages.